All right. All right. Sorry, scaring everybody probably. Okay. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing good, doing well. Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. Let's see here. Something I was gonna do. I completely forgot. Oh, let's see here. Do, 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 do. Bam, bam, ba-da-do-do. All righty. That. Oh, Bill's playing Pragmata. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so do I have everything I need? Add one more thing. Think is watch later? Yeah, wanted to watch this. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. So before I do that, the last thing I need to do is to go live. Patching this video is 40 gigs. Jesus. Oh, okay. Time to get ready. Let's see here. Reactions. Reading up on patch notes. Oops. All right. Excuse me. YouTube.com/at. Ooh. Where's the room blay? Room blay. Yeah. Static. All right. Tweet is out. All right. So yeah, we got some stuff. We got reacting to one video. Um, just to kind of warm up and everything like that. And then after that, we got quite a big of a patch note that we got to do, and that one's gonna be a video of its own, and that's gonna be pretty long. So we're gonna try on that one. That one's like ridiculously long. It's about and it's pretty far. Like it's not pretty far, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on there. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's start out with Mr. Legendary Drops here. He has a video that says they have to ruin everything. Not sure what they mean, so let's see what happens. Here we go.
I don't think I can properly prepare you for the level of brain damage that I'm about to inflict upon you today. Apparently, James Bond doesn't belong in video games, let alone even his own. Why, might you ask? Well, that's because a writer thought it was worth writing about, believing that James Bond is this unrealistic level of man that is nothing that anybody should be trying to aspire to, doesn't really fit in modern society, and therefore should be replaced with something a little bit more relatable, like you and I, or maybe a Reddit mod. If there is one trend in modern media and entertainment that I just cannot stand, it is this constant need for critics, or for creators in some cases, to either degrade, replace, or dismantle basically every single aspirational character or hero that we've ever had in entertainment. And this is something that we constantly see. And it ends up being that we end up getting a collection of flaws more than we actually do characters anymore. This is all in an attempt to try to just lower the bar of social expectations for everybody across the board, get rid of any exaggerated traits, try to make everything average, try to make everything as generic as possible, because that's how a lot of these people end up viewing the world. That's the only way for some of these people to be able to connect with a lot of this media. And I think that's terrible. I think that it's had a massive effect on society. I think not having these kind of people to look up to, these characters that we've created to look up to, has done a lot of damage. And on top of that, it's also constantly sending this message of it's not just okay for you to be who you are. It's not just okay for people to accept who you are. No, it's that the world needs to reflect who you are. And that's narcissism enabled at every turn in media, in social media, in entertainment, and it's just not good. Yeah. So today, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how James Bond apparently doesn't belong in his own game, how we've seen this across various forms of media already in tons of different franchises, what kind of effect this has had on people, and why, for just please, video game developers, don't listen to the media. Like that even needs to be said. Just a quick shout out to Starforge Systems. Thank them for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are in the market for a new PC, some of the best, if not the best builds on the market, go ahead and check out the link down below. I'll pin it in the comment as well. I have been in love with my Starforge PC. I cannot thank these guys enough for sending me one. I can promise you guys right now, if you want a good PC, these are the guys to go to. As a kid, I had heroes. I think that most of us did. I thought that Goku was the coolest guy in the world. He was always focused on getting stronger, always putting everybody else before himself, always losing, getting back up, and then finding some way to come back even stronger than before. And there was something in that for me, that ability to persevere, to be on the edge of failure, on the edge of despair, and then still find some way to pull yourself back up and push your way through. Characters that strong end up inspiring an entire generation of kids. I was one of them, and while I eventually gave up on trying to learn the instant transmission, those lessons about perseverance absolutely affected me as I got older. James Bond is another one of those characters. I've always been a fan of the Pierce Brosnan era, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, Die Another Day. To me, Bond was just insanely cool. A guy that just seemed to always have a plan, never folded under pressure, always carried himself like a professional. He could talk to anyone, adapt to anything, somehow have an answer for every situation.
I still think 007 GoldenEye is the best GoldenEye movie ever, or is the best 007 movie out of all of them. I don't care. That's just me personally. I think it's the best
situation, and yeah, he got the girl every single time. I mean,
like movie to video, or I think it was movie to video game adaptation. damn near 1 for 1, and it was pretty cool. Even though like the movie is like okay, they show like a little bit of one of like of they show like a little bit of a scene, which is like where they go from the tank to the depot, and then they're immediately on the train, or like the train's already leaving. Well, the depot is a mission itself on the GoldenEye, the game on Nintendo 64. So, but the thing is, they still referenced it a bit.
What guy wouldn't want to be James Bond? Well, apparently PC Gamer doesn't. Recently, previews started rolling out for IO Interactive's upcoming James Bond game, 007 First Light, and the reception for it has been incredibly positive, which honestly I'm finding a little bit surprising given how skeptical people were right when the game was first announced. But so far, I've watched Luke Stevens and Jakey's previews, and both of these guys came away with glowing praise. A lot of creators did. The common thread seems to be that this game is landing in this really promising space between Hitman and Uncharted, an origin story for a new 007 built around freedom, cinematic action, and a Bond who actually seems to be likable. And as it seems to be the current trend lately, this stuff is getting way too predictable at this point. But while creators walked away impressed, some of the media took what they saw and somehow came to the dumbest conclusion possible. James Bond apparently doesn't belong in video games. In an article from PC Gamer written by Joshua Wallens titled, "Hear Me Out, What If James Bond Shouldn't Be in Video Games?"
He's a charming a charming and charismatic British male that obviously people love, and they're like ooh, they ooze over, they melt over. And then who is the parody of that? Austin Powers. So if we didn't have James Bond, we wouldn't have Austin Powers.
He writes, "I played a good few hours of 007 First Light last week, and I encourage you to click the link and read all about what I thought of them. But my time with Jim Bond sparked other thoughts that probably don't belong in a preview. Thoughts like, what if James Bond just shouldn't be a video game protagonist? Part of this as well, he's annoying. That might scan differently to non-Brits or indeed anyone who doesn't share my particular brand of class psychosis, but James Bond is an insufferable public school dickhead. He's a rowing club Tory boy through and through, and he comports himself like a man who has a right to..."
This sounds like somebody that was... The way how this is worded and everything, this sounds like it's this personally affected this person, like as like this was like this happened to this person before, like somewhere in their life this happened to them before, probably in school, where they're jealous, envious, or they were picked on by a person that was like this. And somehow they gave them like a flashback of it or something like that. That's what I feel like happened.
"To the Earth and everybody on it." Which is quite fun for a 90 to 120 minute movie where he's surrounded by numerous other people who can roll their eyes at him whenever he opens his mouth. In a video game for 10, 20, 30, 40 hours, less so, especially less so in something like First Light, where a lot of his cocky one-liners and general swagger are delivered to empty rooms and enemy corpses, where no one, save the player, can tell him to give it a damn rest. But also part of his charismatic arrogance is that he's suave and unflappable. Well, great, good for him. I'm not suave and I flap at the slightest inconvenience. I simply don't fit into him. I should probably reword that. Whenever I, as Bond, fumble a counter, miss a shot, or try to duck into cover only to fling myself headfirst into a desk lamp, I break the entire spell of the character. I think that this is such a perfect example of the exact kind of criticism that just is so unbearable in modern media. What is this? I can't...
So the person's unrelatable to James Bond because they suck at playing the game. That's what I'm getting from that. Oh God.
personally relate to this character, therefore this character is the problem. Dude, this is so openly narcissistic. The entire point of a character like James Bond is that he is not you. He is not supposed to represent your daily emotional state.
No.
He is not supposed to be stumbling around awkwardly, second guessing himself and apologizing for his own existence. He is James Bond. The whole fantasy is that this dude is suave, composed, arrogant, dangerous, charming, and absurdly capable in ways that most people never will be. That's why people like him. People
Yes.
have understood this. Everybody has understood this for decades now. Nobody watched 007 defuse a bomb, jump off a dam, steal a jet ski, walk into a casino, order a martini, and then immediately thought, yeah, but how does this reflect my personal relationship with class anxiety? Dude, get the fuck out of here. It's always these people that are saying,
Exactly.
let me cook, that have no business being in the kitchen. I tell you what. I think this is where
They don't deserve to be even in the home or in the building. I gotta be honest.
so much modern criticism has just completely lost the plot at this point. It doesn't even really represent anybody, and it definitely does a lot of harm to a lot of these games. It's taking these characters that are meant to be exaggerated or iconic, and it's just dragging these guys off into this little room where they have to have every single trait pathologized. Confidence is arrogance, charm is entitlement, masculinity. Of course, you know that one's going to end up being a problem. Everything has to be reduced or explained away or made smaller in some way because you can't be that character when you're not supposed to be that character. We have seen this happen.
Yeah, like you play as Agent 40, like in Hitman, you're playing as Agent 47. Where's the relatability in that? The person barely speaks. Their expressions are very dry. It's almost like robotic like. And you're just a professional assassin. And you just go in and you kill targets, and then you kill targets, and then after that you get paid for it. You don't hear them complaining about that. No. It's jealousy and envious. It's just like, and this is a first, like somebody, like people being mad about James Bond, a male character in a game. That should tell you something. Usually it's a female character in a game in general, even if it was a main character or not a main character. But wow.
With basically every single kind of aspirational character. People do it with Goku all the time. Instead of looking at him as this absurd, larger-than-life symbol of perseverance, self-improvement, sacrifice, and refusing to stay down, they go, actually, Goku's a bad father. Okay, sure, fine. If you want to flatten an entire character into a family court case, you can go ahead and do that, but that's just such a boring way to engage with something that was never meant to be inspected like that.
Yeah, and everybody else who likes Goku, we're just like, that dude is so freaking jacked, so ripped. The dude can. It took almost a whole like volume. It took almost a whole season for him to finally go Super Saiyan, which was nice. And then the fact that he just blown away Frieza, which was insane too. Nothing wrong with that. People are just, oh my God, people are crazy.
That Goku is inspirational not because he has the perfect domestic life. It's because, well, he just keeps going. No matter how strong the enemy is, no matter how badly he loses, no matter how impossible the fight was, he gets back up and he pushes his limit way past what everybody thought he could. That's the whole reason people connect with it. That's why people get excited about these characters. Bond is similar in that. Bond isn't cool because he's this morally perfect human being that none of us are, by the way. He is cool because he represents composure under pressure, style, nerve, competence, a fantasy of being able to walk into a room where everybody wants you dead, but you are still the one that's acting like you're in control. That doesn't need to be dragged down to this level of, well, actually, I fall apart at the first sign of mild inconvenience, so I can't relate to him. What are we doing at this point? Look, people, not every character needs to be a reflection of your own insecurities. Not every power fantasy should be sanded down until it represents the average person that's scrolling Twitter in their sweatpants at age 30 wearing a SpongeBob shirt, probably planning their next Disney trip. Sometimes entertainment just needs to be fun. Sometimes a character, it just needs to be cool. Sometimes that's the entire point. The whole point is that you're not already like them, but maybe some part of you wants to be. I feel like this is trying to send a vegan to go review a steakhouse. What are we doing here?
True.
What is with this media obsession of wanting to send people who are obviously not very interested in the thing that they are going to preview or review to a lot of these events? This person seems like they don't even like James Bond. Why would you send somebody like that? Why wouldn't you want to instead, this is just an idea, maybe send somebody who actually has some level of excitement or some level of expertise, and they want to look at the franchise through that scope, examine it or scrutinize it in some way to figure out whether or not it stacks up with the rest of the legacy. That sounds a lot cooler than somebody trying to decide whether or not Bond should be in his own games. This is one of the reasons why I feel like nuance is just dead in the games industry anymore. Nothing is allowed to exist in simplicity.
Can you imagine like being like working for like PC Gamer or something, and you're the person that likes James Bond, like they like the James Bond game series, and you don't get selected to like do the review or anything? It's somebody else that just completely doesn't like it. I know that person that probably works there must be mad right now, looking at the article, and they're like, really? Come on. Oh man.
Always has to have a deeper meaning. Dumb and cool always has to be put through a microscope to figure out whether or not it actually engages in the proper way with your class dynamics.
Yeah,
it's just...
Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Welcome in.
It's so insufferable. And it has nothing to do, it doesn't reflect at all what players are actually interested in, what they're looking for right now, what they want from their video games. They want entertainment. They want something cool. They want something fun. They want something that's outside of their life. They want something like James Bond. This is just another example of how far out of step the media has become with players today, and players' tastes are the things that we're thinking about. Common people in a lot of cases. And their expectations, our expectations, are just completely different at this point. And I think one of the reasons why you see something like this, an article like this, get a lot of attention online, which it did when you go and look at Twitter, there's a lot of people that are really upset about it. The reason why is because, while people are afraid that opinions like this are going to shape their games, and well, as history has shown, they do.
Yep.
It's like over time, people shifted away from the idea of not wanting to expect more from themselves to not only the world not expecting more from them, but also the world not showing them anything more than themselves.
True.
That social standard being lowered, like I had said before. And it's getting to the point now where we just don't even have very many examples of people better than us, because a lot of people don't want that. And that sucks, because it's obviously had an effect. I don't think I would even have brought this up or talked about this topic if I didn't feel like it had some historical relevance, but seriously, this is becoming a problem now. We're in a writing crisis in the games industry, basically across every single sector, and we've been watching now for years as social media and legacy media have been distorting what players actually want from the games that they buy, and it's making parts of the gaming space, especially at a AAA level, feel barely recognizable anymore. Eastern games, I think, have largely been able to ignore that trend, likely coming down to cultural differences. These guys are just ignoring all the noise and trying to make the best game that they can, even when they're facing backlash over their characters, narratives, or whatever else it might be. See Stellar Blade or Black Myth Wukong, maybe more recently something like Pragmata with its father-daughter-like dynamic somehow being turned into one of the most unhinged controversies I've seen in years. But still, these games knew exactly what they were, who they were for, and why people were excited about them. That's why those games still found success. Western games, they have had a much harder time. Now, I brought this up in a recent video, but I really want to reiterate this because I think it's an important point to make. A lot of people are going to try to wave this off as purely politically charged in a lot of cases. There's obviously going to be some of that influence, but I think a lot of this is just coming down to a severe lack of talent and originality from the people that are either making or criticizing entertainment. People that are just so desperate to reach beyond simple enjoyment, digging deeper, looking for a deeper meaning that just isn't there or doesn't belong there, while also harboring some very...
Yeah, and it's the thing is, it's your own when it comes to stuff like this. And this is why, I mean, I tell people about it. I tell people, I'm like, reading an article, like when I read articles and then like discuss about the stuff during or after the article, I tell people, I'm like, this is just my own opinion. I like to know, and that's why I usually ask us, like, what do you guys think about, blah blah blah, and ask, and then like give like some questions about it, because the thing is, I can only form my opinion. I'm not trying to win people over. I'm not trying to influence people. It's just like, this is what, like, hey, we're reading this. This is the raw reaction I have reading this. This is my, like, I'm reading this for the first. I'm reading the article for the first time with you guys, which I love doing. And then I give my thought, and then you guys see my you guys see my reaction to it when I'm receiving the information. And then, I give my thoughts on it. Now, the thing is, remember, it's only my thoughts. It's not anybody else's thoughts. I'm not trying to persuade anybody over or anything like that. I just giving my thoughts, and then which in the and then later on in the comments, I like hearing people's opinions about it. Some people agree with me, some people don't. Some people agree, some people disagree. Some people have a slightly different opinion about it, or they're like, "Hey, how about thinking of, like, have you ever thought about it this way?" And I'm like, I never thought about that. That's pretty cool, and it's very insightful. So, but a lot of people try to do this whole, like, not a lot of people, but like when I see like stuff, especially with the media, it's like either I'm right. Actually, not either. It's not even either I'm right. It's just like I'm right in general. It doesn't matter what I say or what I do. It's I'm right no matter what. And they try to do this whole virtue signaling, which it's getting played out pretty damn fast because everybody's starting to realize it, and they're like, okay, this is very dumb. It's very dumb what you're saying. So, yeah.
Obvious disdain for the original work itself. On the media side, we've been going through this for years.
Where I'm going with this, if you look at a game and you just simply don't like it, if it's just not for you, that's it. Just say it's not for you. That's it. That's all you got to say. You don't have to go nitpick and say, oh, this game sucks because of blah blah blah, this and that. Just be like, this is just not for me. Like for me, it's just like, hey, if somebody recommended this anime and I watched like the first, I don't know, 2 episodes or something like that, I'll just be like, honestly, hey, this may be something for you, but this is just not for me. I'm not into this anime. It's just not for me. And I carry on with my day. That's it.
Mashable in 2018 writing about the dismantling of Kratos, saying that God of War depicts the disease and destruction of toxic masculinity, the symbol of the journey of killing the father. Okay, sure. God of War does have deeper themes. Nobody's going to deny that. But there is a difference between analyzing a story and trying to drag it into a culture war. The story can't just be about a father trying to change. It has to be a lecture about how the last thing, the original thing, was bad, how this replacement is so much better, and then somehow including or dragging in their own personal trauma. And now we're seeing that exact same instinct with Bond. In December of last year, the narrative and cinematic director of 007 First Light said that while Bond is still very much a womanizer, he needs to reflect modern values. Which values those are, I couldn't tell you. But he said that, so he's evolved through the decades.
What the hell is the modern? What is the modern value of a person? Does he? Well, he has to be a soy. He has to be a beta male or something like that. Then you don't have James Bond. You just have some random ass like you have this random ass dude that nobody really gives a shit about. He's basically an NPC. So so then if they do that, right, then they would also complain about, hey, well, this character doesn't relate to anybody. They're just an NPC. Why are they even a character in the game? Then it's like, well, what's the point of even having the fucking game? That's pretty much what it is.
And obviously, we reflect modern values, so it's not going to be your old school Bond, which would just be tone deaf in this day, right? He's a modern guy. What does that even mean? I mean, in my experience, the idea of a modern man in entertainment is rarely reflective of reality. It usually just means these guys are going to be lowering the fantasy to where they assume the audience is, even though there's nobody there. Again, I'm going to go back and say that this has more to do with a lack of talent and listening to the wrong type of critics.
Yep.
Characters change all the time. Bond has changed all the time. Every single actor has brought something different. Connery was not Moore. Moore wasn't Dalton. Dalton wasn't Brosnan. Brosnan wasn't Craig. There were tonal shifts. There were world changes. There were style changes. That stuff is normal, especially with long-running franchises. But I think the difference here is updating a character versus feeling like you need to apologize for them. And that's the stuff that I'm the most sick of. This is getting so exhausting for me. I mean, look at how often these video game adaptations seem embarrassed of the video game part. The Halo showrunner said that they didn't even look at the game because they didn't want to be limited by the video game.
I remember this, and this I remember hearing about it. They're like, we're not going off the video game, we're not going off the book series or anything like that. And I was like, oh no. They showed Master Chief in there. They showed the Covenant. I will give it to them. The Covenant actually looked good. Like the elites, they look good. But holy crap, does that game, or not game, that show has so much filler episodes that is not needed. You could literally take those episodes, you could take the fillers episodes, you could literally remove those from Halo, and it would still be it would be a better show. But the story would still align. Like, you don't need all this filler stuff. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's probably, out of both seasons, there's probably like 4 episodes that are good. That's all I gotta say.
Games material. The Far Cry series that's coming isn't going to be adapting any of the games because, well, they don't feel like that naturally translates into drama because people can skip cutscenes in video games. And now the Mass Effect show, the exact same thing, is being made for non-gamers. Why are you guys like this? And this is the mindset that I'm talking about. The original work is getting treated like it doesn't really match up with what people actually need.
They're not going with the source material. That's what it is.
Today, the characters are becoming something that they have to soften or manage or apologize for instead of.
In my eyes, I would say it's kind of like stealing the IP, if that makes sense. It's like, we want to make a movie, we're going to make a show, we're using your name, but we don't want to use the source material, but we want your name. We want the name of it. No. How about just no?
Of simply understand. And I think that's the part that players are becoming hypersensitive to at this point. They can tell when a franchise is evolving because it actually has a strong idea, and they can also tell when a franchise is being softened because somebody in the room is embarrassed of the original fantasy. Nobody wants to see themselves reflected in media. Narcissists do. Nobody wants to see everything, and it's all just a constant self-reflection or a collection of self-depreciating characters because the people who criticize and create these games and media feel bad about themselves. That's why articles like this always end up getting under people's skin, and it's not because PC Gamer has all this power and influence. It's just because this industry has a habit of treating this kind of media discomfort like it's a legitimate criticism. A critic will say that this character is annoying, that it needs to be a little bit more relatable. A consultant comes in and says this fantasy is outdated or offensive. Some Karen goes viral for calling out the history of the franchise on Twitter, and suddenly this studio is deciding that the safest option is to make that character less confident, less direct, and more believable.
And then what happens is, when the game comes out, it doesn't do how, because people are like, what the fuck is this? And then they come back and they be like, I don't know what happened to I don't know what happened to our game. There are characters and stuff. People were excited at first, and now they're not excited. People don't want to play our game, and the reviews are bad. Why is that? Because you listen to the wrong people.
All these people then go and act shocked when the audience doesn't actually show up for the final product because they just don't feel anything for it. They don't want it. They don't want to have anything to do with it because it's just not fun. It's not interesting. It's lazy and pathetic. Video games are literally built around you becoming somebody that you are not. Nobody plays a Bond game because they already feel like they're James Bond. They play it because they want to step into that fantasy for a couple of hours. A Bond game should make you feel like you are James Bond. The fact that even needs to be said just shows just how far and how bad things have gotten at this point.
True.
None of this is at all representative of what people are actually looking for when they're playing these games or when they're engaging with any type of entertainment. I don't want to be in every game or movie or television show. I don't need it to reflect me in my life. I already have my life. I see it all the time. I don't need James Bond dragged down to my level so that I can relate to a man in a suit doing spy shit. I want a fantasy to be a fantasy. I want an exaggerated version of something. The hero, the spy, the professional, the guy that can walk into a room and just...
Overall, we just want our sense of escapism. That's it. You can be Joe Schmo that works in an office job or whatever, but then when you get home and you boot up a game like Helldivers, you are a freaking Helldiver. You're a soldier, marine, whatever you want to say. You are fighting automatons, robots. You are fighting bugs. You are fighting these alien zombie type things. Like, you're fighting those, okay? That's not going to relate to you exactly. I mean, unless you're in the military, but that's the closest that you're going to get to. That's it. People just want the sense of escapism. That's it.
Looks like he owns the entire place because part of entertainment is being able to dream beyond yourself for a while. Sometimes that means looking at somebody that's better than you, cooler than you, more composed than you. And instead of...
Perfect example, GTA. Bro, I wish I had over $100 million, and then I had four penthouses that had 10 cars in each garage that all have bulletproof tires that has like all the performance put into each car, and then have a ridiculous tank that is in one of them, and then also have a $60 million yacht, that just sits on the coast of Santa Monica. I wish, but no.
Presenting it, maybe the whole point is that you should be inspired by it a little. I think this is a few years ago, but they had a new He-Man television series that had came out by Kevin Smith, and in it, He-Man wasn't there at all. Basically, they killed the guy off in the first couple of episodes. And then after that, they focused the entire thing on Tila, like we haven't seen something like that happen before. But one of the things that really caught me off guard and made me stop watching it was this whole thing where they basically reframed his secret identity that he had in place to be able to protect the people that he cared about the most so that they wouldn't be targeted by Skeletor. And well, they turned it into this entire storyline, this whole grievance over how it made everybody feel inadequate, how it made people feel lied to and betrayed in some way. It was just, it's so lame. I feel like it's one of three things. You have people that just can't dream of anything greater, people that just aren't that creative. Yeah. You have people that don't want to be compared to something greater, or you have some people that just do not like the original thing itself and want to just dismantle or destroy it in some ways. So what they do is that they take this original art or this original work, and then they try to make it as cynical as possible. They try to humanize the hero in some cases, and they just completely invert whatever the original meaning was, whatever the original message was, and it sucks. It ruins basically everything. And maybe this is my age showing, but I see a lot of the stuff that's going on with young dudes today, especially like the looks maxing stuff and things like that, guys injecting chemicals and destroying their own bodies to be able to do whatever they can. And, I do think that this is somehow downstream of a lot of modern entertainment today because people just do not have a good idea of what heroes look like. Instead, heroes are, well, dudes on a cell phone screen in some cases. Don't worry, I'm definitely not one of them, and I definitely don't plan to be either. But, while these different forms of media, while these different forms of entertainment, movies or whatever, these different characters that we had, while they're unrealistic, absolutely, they at least gave people a solid picture of something to try to strive for. While we know, people mostly know that these things are completely unrealistic, it still gives you a mental image of something better than yourself. And man, not having that, I think, has had a massive effect on people. You drag that down the line and you look to see just how much of like modern media has failed today, how many flops there are for like movies and television shows and video games. And I think it goes to show that this is just not what the audience is looking for. Looking in the mirror really isn't all that entertaining. I would rather look inside of a world that is not my own. The last thing that I want to do is look at a reflection of the clown world that I'm living in, because I'm going to tell you right now, that is definitely not entertaining. I mean, in some cases it can be, but for the most part, it's definitely not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you guys think that James Bond belongs in a James Bond video game? Let me know what you guys think's going on with everything else that's out there, and you'll catch another video this week. Stay cool, stay righteous, stay safe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. This is for that one. All right. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. All right. All right, so we have a very long patch note. I'm gonna need some water on this one because this is gonna be a very, very, very long one. So let me go grab some water. Everybody, stretch your legs and everything like that. What I'm gonna do is I'll give it. Well, we're about to hit an hour. Yeah, 9 minutes. We're about to hit an hour. And then our 3-minute ad's gonna hit. So we'll just chill out for now, and then we'll chill out for now. And then when the ad hits and then it's over, then we'll go ahead and get into it. But I shall be right back. Let me grab some water and put some water on my face too, because I'm like still out of it. I'll be back. Damn. That burst of energy that I had before, I think that is gone. It is crazy. On the count of three. All right. While we wait until the whole ad and stuff hits, let's react to one more. This is Fooly talking about swag. Please stop riding dick. It's crazy. So let's see here.
And I know I do it quite often nowadays, but you guys seem to enjoy it. I enjoy making these videos. I think they're actually quite hilarious. I even have a playlist full of all the times that I've covered other content creators in a funny way. Obviously, it's all fun and games, guys. This is for entertainment. And of course, you guys have read the title of today's video, and it's supposed to be ironic, all right? So for all of the anti-Fooly task force fucking squadron out there, yes, this video is about how swag is riding on meat.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And yes, the Scat Master is making videos using other people's names, alright? This is just the climate of how shit goes. You gotta adapt sometimes. One thing you will not get out of me, though, is seeing me riding, sliding, and gliding on straight glizz. Alright, that's just not what you're gonna see out of this channel. So, guys, we got some MW 2019 Part 4 news from Sir Swaggington himself. Guys, I'm gonna need you to bitch slap the donkey shit out of the like button right now and smash the subscribe button, alright? We've been making steady progress over to 70,000 subscribers. It would be greatly appreciated if you guys could help me out with that, but guys, without further ado, you see the Kingdom Hearts gameplay in the background because we're not playing any COD lately, but we'll talk about it and we'll use Sir Swaggington as a reference point. Let's get into it.
Activision finally tweeted and gave us information on the next Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Okay.
This is the first time they've actually publicly said stuff. And also there's a lot of leaks that I'm going to talk about with you guys that most of you who click on this video, 99% of y'all, have no idea what it's about. Make sure you guys can drop like on today's YouTube video, and also click my link. Go follow my Twitch stream, because if you go follow it, you get 3 chocolate chip cookies.
You know, I find this to be crazy because Swag assumes that this is like the only piece of news that we have in regards to MW 2019 Part 4, and you guys are about to see what it is exactly. Actually, I've already covered it, but it's just insane how fast people are willing to attach themselves to this idea that something great and crazy is about to happen because Activision opened their fucking mouths, when in all reality, all they did was literally just damage control against a fucking leak. But guys, I guess you don't have any idea what is about to come and, you know, what to expect with Modern Warfare 2019 Part 4. Also, Swag says that he'll give you 3 cookies if you like and subscribe. Well, guys, I'll give you 4 cookies. And you're not gonna receive any content of me doing my best Ash Cash impression on this channel, alright? So make sure to do that, and let's continue.
One of the things that's super exciting that I want your guys' opinions on is the new mantling system has been leaked for Modern Warfare 4. There's actually a YouTube video on it. Basically minimal changes, but it's interesting to see because the mantling in Modern Warfare 4 is actually way faster than Black Ops 7. And the fact that the mantling is faster than that then just kind of indicates that this game is not going to be like Modern Warfare 2. This game is not going to be like how it was in 2022. They are heading towards the direction where they want to be more fluid. If you really think about it, right? The devs who made
So
Modern Warfare 2,
you run,
what's
you
the
step
biggest
up.
thing they got criticism on?
Maybe it's the fact that they literally ignored feedback, right? Yeah.
Is the movement, the way it felt, the fluidity of the entire game was just bad.
Because they're also incorporating DMZ in there.
So believe it or not, this is probably like the most substantive part of Swag's video, is actually covering this leak in particular. And I haven't talked about it on the channel yet because honestly, I just don't give a fuck. Alright, that's really what it comes down to. Also, because this is something that is currently somehow accessible on Black Ops 7, I just can't imagine that this is going to be in the final version of the game because one, it looks unnatural as fuck. I personally think it looks sloppy. It doesn't look refined or fluid at all like how Swag is claiming. A lot of people seemingly are incredibly hyped because they see that it is faster mantling speed than Black.
People would be happy if it's like if the mantling speed is instant and the character doesn't even betray it. They could just be like a T-pose and just snap up there and people would be okay with that. But then people would be mad is if you are fighting somebody that is mantling and they do that. So doesn't really matter.
Black Ops 7, and then they start rewiring their brain to say, oh my god, Infinity Ward is doing something incredible by giving us something even faster than Black Ops 7, and they prefer going in that direction than having slower speeds like an MW2019 Part 2. And then what they turn that into is that this is a good thing, even though a lot of people, including Swag, were actually telling the Infinity Ward developers and making videos and content and a whole load of tweets about this, about how for the next Call of Duty, they don't want it to be this crazy-ass, fast-paced, arcadey bullshit.
I realized the game is just way too fast. This game is way too...
This is coming from the same. Oh wow, this is coming from the same guy that says, it like you're all the guys that play the old Call of Duties. This isn't for you anymore. It's for the young bucks, the young guys. Where's that guy? Swaggy switched up, man.
too fast. Call of Duty's just really too fast at this point. I think they really need to do traditional movement.
When this leak comes out and they're showing you that there is faster movement than Black Ops fucking 7, and now they're glazing it. It makes no goddamn sense. Once again, guys, this is just part of the hypocrisy that you encounter in the Call of Duty community literally everywhere. They say they want slower movement speeds, but faster than MW 2019 Part 2, and that would be like the nice sweet spot. That would be, you know, Call of Duty is back if they do shit like that. And then they have mantling speed that is faster than Black Ops 7, and then they start glazing the fuck out of it. It makes no goddamn sense.
I don't know why people or the leakers are saying that the game was catered towards MW2. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do something that, why would they go back to something that a lot of people criticize, even though it was the highest selling game based on nostalgia? But with the new man.
Hold on.
Like the nice sweet spot, that would be, you know, Call of Duty is back if they do shit like that. And then they have mantling speed that is faster than Black Ops 7, and then they start glazing the fuck out of it. It makes no goddamn sense.
I don't know why people or the leakers are saying that the game was catered towards MW2. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do something that, why would they go back to something that a lot of people criticize, even though it was the highest?
It was the highest selling Call of Duty for a while. So yeah, they're gonna go back to something that they thought worked. There's that too. And also, aren't they putting a DMZ at, isn't there gonna be like a DMZ 2.0 that's gonna be in this one? So they were trying to go back to that movement and everything. Because here's the thing, like if you have crazy movement in the other from the other Call of Duties, and it was in this, it was in Modern Warfare 2, bro. I think what it would be is like you would instantly be able to tell who is who on DMZ. You could tell from an NPC to a from an NPC enemy to an actual player. You'd be able to tell simply because it's like, okay, there's some people patrolling around, and then you see one person just run sliding, jumping everywhere, and it's like, okay, clearly that's a player. All right, I'm just gonna take him out.
selling game based on nostalgia. But with the new Mansley system, they're obviously leaning towards a more fluid game, which is really, really good. If we can get anything close to 2019 or Modern Warfare 3, we're looking good.
Now this part is really interesting because I feel like this should just be common sense and common knowledge, but of course we're talking about Sir Swag himself, and anytime there is any portion of criticism that might stomp on the overall hype of a game, Swag is one of the first white knights to pull up and defend the game, alright? When people were talking shit about Black Ops 7, don't forget, this guy was talking about how Black Ops 7 is the second best Black Ops of all time, alright? So, I'm telling you guys right now, right? There's a reason why this video is titled the way it is. Swag is a certified rider, okay? I mean, this guy rivals people like Miss Riley or Lena Rhodes, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had a tier list, it would probably go like Lena, maybe Miss Riley Reid in her prime, probably Swag in the B tier, and then like Mia at like a solid C, because she's kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. But I digress, guys. Swag is essentially saying that he's confused somehow about why Infinity Ward would possibly ever make their game similar to Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2, and is essentially saying that these leakers are kind of full of shit when they were coming out here saying that MW 2019 Part 4 is similar to 2019 Part 2. Any questions like, oh, why would they do that? I don't know, because these are the same developers that saw all of the problems with 2019, and then in the midst and in the hype, in the lead up to 2019 Part 2, we're saying that they learned from their mistakes from 2019, and then proceeded to release arguably an inferior product, and in fact did not listen to the feedback of things like Ninja, Dead Silence as a perk, you know, red dots on the minimap, slow sluggish movement where, you know, it's just sound whoring, elephant footsteps all over the goddamn place.
The community, the fans are...
Honestly, I think that's what it is when it comes to Call of Duty, just in general. Like, there's always going to be like the whole sound whoring thing. There's just always going to be like that. If you're on PC, you're gonna have better sound quality. Why? Because you can EQ boost, and then also console. You kind of have somewhat of console is a little better too, because you have it if depending on the headset that you wear. But with PC, you could just do it with anything. You could do it with these Apple earbuds too. You can boost the EQ on your Windows sound system.
Our creators here, and that conversation and feedback from 2019 is really been a core piece of what Modern Warfare 2 is.
So, you know, obviously people would assume that, oh yeah, it's just Infinity Ward back on their bullshit that they've already shown you. But of course, Swag is here to defend that all days of the week. And now guys, finally it is time to address the portion of the video of how he managed to get to this title, this exclusive title called RIP MW4. Alright, I don't know, people get upset with me when I clickbait, except nobody's got the title and thumbnail game that I got. I'm just telling you right now, I'll toot my own horn right now. There ain't nobody doing it like the motherfucking Scatmaster, alright? You read this shit, nobody else is doing it, but RIP MW4, if I put out a video like that, people are fucking tweaking in the comments, calling me all sorts of shit, but D1 Rider Swag puts out the video called RIP MW4 based off of this one little leak, and, you know, people are very, very happy, I guess. I'm not sure how it works out here, guys, but this is the leak that he is finally covering.
There will be no Call of Duty for old gen, for PS4 and the Xbox One. So if you have a PS4 Xbox One, you gotta get a new console because GTA 6 and Modern Warfare 4 will be new gen exclusive.
I'm gonna pause this very, very quickly, guys. This does not mean you need to upgrade, alright? All old gen PS4 users, this is not your cue to go ahead and purchase an upwards of $900 console to play Modern Warfare 2019 Part 4. That is not your cue. I have no idea why Swag would ever advocate for that, but fuck it. You guys know what it is. The guys, you know, Activision, oh my god.
And the fact that they came out and confirmed that is crazy. And that means a lot of things. That means the next campaign coming up is probably cinema. It means obviously better graphics, smoother performance, bigger maps, probably
smoother performance. Really? You're talking about a game that has been, you're talking about a franchise that's been known for having packet loss the day the game comes out, and they refuse to fix it.
More destruction. Like them not making Call of Duty for the old gen is massive news. So rest in peace to anybody for my old gen users. You will not be playing Modern Warfare 4.
I don't want to be alive. I don't want to be alive.
Guys, once again, this is why the video is titled the way it is. This probably means the campaign is about to be cinema. Well, no shit. This is like the only thing Infinity Ward is known for doing good, is their fucking quality to detail on their cinematics, on their graphical fidelity, audio design, shit like that, the production. Obviously, it is good. Also, they spent like 4 or 5 years on this shit. It better be fucking good. By now, I would hope people are mature enough to understand that that should be a default, especially in a AAA franchise. I mean, we're moving on from hardware that has been like 13 to 15 years old at this goddamn point or some shit. Yes, the campaign in terms of production should be good. Okay, that is a given. But of course, we got to get super hyperbolic about it. Guys, this is about to be cinema, guys. Oh my god. Make sure to use my code COCKSUCKER for 0% off on your next Call of Duty gear.
We actually got an up-close personal leak on what the M4 iron sights actually look like. I'll show you guys on screen. This is what the iron sights are supposed to be looking like and how clean they are. Let me know what you guys think. They found these in the game files on the Unreal Engine.
How clean they are. It's the same as Modern Warfare 2. What are you even talking about? I haven't. What? Why are people? How are you getting so freaking crazy about iron sights that haven't changed? The only slight difference is with this M4 is the front side post is not really, well, it's still front side, but it's pushed back a little bit, and then they added another front side post that's flipped down. Doesn't make any sense. I don't get how people are so excited about this. I don't know people, but like I don't know how this is supposed to be so hype about Ironside.
Gen 5.
Yo, you know what? I also avoided making a video about this because I can't for the life of me make substantive content, even though half of my content just already isn't, because I be trolling and just talking shit for the fuck of it. You know, it's all for fun, ladies and gentlemen, obviously for entertainment purposes. But I could never, ever, ever make a video in talks of the M4, I guess, screenshot that was leaked of the iron sights to this weapon and just make content about that. I just can't do that. All right, now when Swag does it, I can't take him seriously, man. Oh my god, yo, this looks so clean. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Yo, you tell me. Do you guys give a fuck that there's an M4 in MW 2019 Part 4? I mean, it's literally one of like the most staple weapons in Call of Duty history. Is this really a fucking surprise?
If you're Infinity War, right, are you putting a lot of effort into Warzone? What are you doing? Is DMZ going to be the focus? You know, there's been leaks as far as DMZ and different things like that. Again, it was also leaked that a new creative class, a new gun customization, new map interactivity, new streaks, and a new take on Prestige, which is great. I love Prestiging. I definitely think there should be 1,000 levels, to be honest, man. But overall, the biggest news coming out of all of this is that Call of Duty will no longer be supporting old gen, which I think is huge, man.
All right, so that was a little bit of a fat chunk there, guys. I promise there's only a little bit more of this misery, cock and ball torture that I'm gonna make you guys go through. First, he asks us if we were Infinity Ward, would we even prioritize Warzone and or DMZ? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I'm trying to be a spokesperson for the goddamn people, all right? No. I've noticed that our Modern Warfare titles, specifically by Infinity Ward, have a very, very horrifying problem when it comes to the multiplayer aspect, all right? Campaign is usually cool. Production on audio design, graphical fidelity, like I said, it's usually very good, but when it really comes down to like core elements of design, development, philosophy on how maps should work, on how gunfights should work, on how people should traverse the map and locate enemies and kill enemies and shit like that, that's typically where their biggest problems are. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, if I were in charge of Infinity Ward, we're scrapping Warzone, we're scrapping DMZ. I mean, that shit can get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry to all you guys that enjoy DMZ, but as somebody who is not very fond of several chefs in the kitchen, when you have so much shit going on in so many different areas that some portions of your game become neglected, and that's just a fucking fact. And Infinity Ward cannot have that for their third Modern Warfare title in this new era. So that shit's getting scrapped, and then I'm probably migrating majority of Infinity Ward employees to either, I don't know, be my fucking personal servant, clean the restrooms, be janitors type shit, water boys.
But the issue is that people who know life the game will progress through it quickly. They'll get their mastery camos or whatever easily, and then they'll say, well, there's no content left in the game, there's nothing else to do, I don't know what else to do. That's why.
Type shit. And then there's the portion of him putting up the one boom's tweet. I don't know if that was an actual leak. I think that's just the one boom also on his hands and knees, just booty tooted up type shit for Call of Duty, as he typically does. Okay, when it comes to creative class, I mean, I doubt we're moving past Gunsmith. A new take on Prestige. I mean, Infinity Ward literally removed Prestige multiple times, so I don't even know if that's a good thing, but...
Because they leaked the M4 and its iron sights, I think we have to use the M4 in the greatest Call of Duty of this generation, Modern Warfare 2019.
Oh my god.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
was that? I'm sorry.
And you know what? I think that's gonna do it, guys. I don't think I could put you through any more of this shit.
Yeah,
this was only, by the way, like 4 or 5 minutes of his video. It's a 12-minute video. After this, he literally just plays MW 2019 and just, I don't know, uses an M4. I guess this is the type of content that people consume after hearing about leaks. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of meta, but not even hating on that part. What I'm hating on is the fact that he said that this is the best Call of Duty of our generation. Fucking MW 2019. Yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys the rest
what they
of that
always
video,
say.
right? You could argue there's a lot of shameless content on this channel, but one thing I will never, ever, ever do is be so shameless that I start promoting MW 2019, alright? You call me whatever the fuck you want. One thing you could never call me is an MW 2019 Glazer. Also, not an Activision D-Rider, alright? Like swag. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I thought we would just share our thoughts, our responses.
That is crazy. Here, I'll make sure to put this in the chat as well. Insane. All right. So there's that. Okay. We got a long one, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very, very long one. Ugh. Talking about Battlefield. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's going to be pretty long. Just because looking at this update, this patch note, we haven't done one in a very long time. So from what I've heard from many people, they said that this is a good one. So we shall see. We shall see what happens there. Let me go here. And then 1 second. I'll shrink myself down a little bit. There you go. Hey, 2FW, thanks so much for the Prime. Thank you. Thanks so much. All right, let's go. Let's do this. All right, so. Sorry, I'm way down here. All right, Battlefield 6 game update. 1310. All right. So a lot of people were saying this on Twitter and everything. There's a lot of stuff in vehicle changes. So that is a pretty big part. So let's go ahead. Let's get through this. If you guys do like the content and everything, make sure to, oh, thank you. Be sure to, like, comment, subscribe. And also, if you guys want the raw reaction and everything like that, make sure to join the live stream, 1 a.m. almost every single day, except for Monday. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and let's get this and see what's going on here. All right. So Season 3. Here we go. Season 3 arrives in Battlefield 6 with game update 1310 on May 12th, bringing new content and improvements, including ranked battle royale quads, railway to Goldman map, new weapons, and new battle pass. All right. So then they also have the times of when they're doing it. Oh, Moitar, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. All right. So then they actually have the dates or the times when people are going to be able to download it and being able to play. All right. Alongside with the new content, this update also delivers a wide range of vehicle, gadget, AI, netcode, gameplay, UI, and audio improvements to further polish the overall Battlefield 6 experience. All right, let's see in the new content here. Begins May 12th with the Warlord Supremacy, the opening chapter of new 3-part seasonal rollout that will unfold across the new season, or across the season. This marks the start of a new chapter in the Battlefield 6 conflict as PAC's warlords push the war to a global scale, and every squad is called to fight their way to the top of the combat ladder. With Battlefield 6's biggest map yet, the arrival of ranked battle royale, new weapons to master, and return of Dagger 13 unlockable through Season 3 Battle Pass, Warlord Supremacy sets the tone for the battles ahead. So we'll be able to get the characters from the campaign pretty much, which is kind of cool. Hopefully later on you're able to get some of the PAX guys, like get Kincaid, because I mean Tony Karan, who is Marcus from freaking Underworld Evolution, pretty cool guy. All right, Battle Pass. So let's see here. Begin your reign in Season 3 with a new Battle Pass featuring 100+ tiers of rewards built for the war ahead. Unlock new hardware, weapon packages, soldier skins, XP boosts, and more as you progress through the recruit path through 4. Themed on your road to becoming a legendary warlord. Season 3 also brings the new set of battle passes improvements, including updated navigation, corrected season celebrations, improved path presentation, and fixes to battle pass menu pricing. Okay. Battlefield Pro, you're going to get your 25 tier skips. This is basically like your Black Cell equivalent to Call of Duty. Black Cell, you get some tier skips. You'll get some exclusive stuff if you were to get Battlefield Pro. That's pretty much what it is. All right, so new maps, new weapons. Let's see here. New map, Railway to Goldman, or Goldman Railway, whatever you would like to call it. Battlefield 4, which is the remake of Battlefield 4's map. Battlefield 6's largest map yet enters the fight in Season 3. This reimagining of a Battlefield classic delivers a combined arms warfare at full scale from a village in ruins and sweeping hills scarred by armor clashes to a dense industrial site built for close quarters combat, and a moving railway that squads must battle to control. On Railway to Goldman, infantry, ground vehicles, jets, helicopters collide across a truly massive battlefield, and this is supposed to be bigger than everything else. And I would say they're correct on that. All right, new weapons. The M16A4. This is iconic. Now, a lot of people, and it's right there. It's iconic. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people wanted this. A lot of people said it in Reddit. People said it in Discords. They're like, hey, in Twitter and everything as well. They're like, hey, what gun would you like to see come back? A lot of people said the M16. Some people say the full auto. Some people were saying the burst. So let's hear. They said that M16A4, an iconic Battlefield assault rifle, joins the fight in Season 3. With fully automatic and burst fire capabilities, plus a carry handle option for iron sights. So you get 2 different types of iron sights. You get the regular iron sights, and then you get the carry handle one, which is cool. The M16A4 is built to perform in mid to short mid range engagements. That sounds kind of weird to sound. All right, and then they have the L115, which is a sniper rifle. Precision meets stopping power with the L115, a deadly bolt action sniper rifle designed for long to very long range combat, capable with multiple attachments. It rewards players who can stay calm and land the shot. The RPK-74, which is, people are saying, I think it's the RPKM or something like that. That's already in the game. Actually, hold on, let me look, because I do have the game up on my right now. Let's see here. Just double checking. LMGs go down. Okay, so yeah, the RPKM. So basically, it's like an improved RPKM. I guess you would say. It says built for sustained pressure at range. The RPK-74 brings controllable handling and dependable output to longer range fights. With minimal recoil and steadier feel than heavier alternatives, it gives support players a strong new option for locking down the battlefield. I feel like when what this gun is going to be doing, I feel like this is going to be a rivalry to the DRS AIR, or the M27 IAR. You know what I'm saying? Because the M27 IAR basically is an assault rifle. It's an assault rifle that has some LMG capabilities to it. The RPK-74 is going to be doing the same thing, except it's just going to be an AK-40, like an AK-47 type variant. That's it. So there's going to be like people are going to be using the DRS still, but I feel like people are going to be using the RPK-74 more. The reason why I'm going to say that, because it's a new weapon, and like usually new weapons have like, you know, kind of like not a boosted stat, but they always have like a stronger statistic compared to other weapons, or to weapons that are already out, until they do like some sort of patch or something like that. So yeah. All right. So then they said new red sec modes. All right. So then the ranked battle royale, quads has arrived for the first step for competitive play in Battlefield 6, offering a new way to drop into red sec and compete for ranked rewards and leaderboard status. Squad up, rise through the ranks, and earn permanent rewards, and help shape the future of ranked through Battlefield Labs in live. From rookie to master and beyond in the Elite 250 board competition, you can show off your skills and secure unique rewards. Read more here. Okay, we'll probably have to do that later on. But anyway, major updates for 1310. I was trying to say 1130, but that's the terrible one. 1310. Okay. All right, so let's see. New content arrives. Begins with Red Goldman. Okay, so talk about that. Competitive arrives in battle royales. Okay, yada yada. So then let's see. Ranked battle royale arrives in season 3, supported by broader updates to mission flow, loot detection, anti-vehicle drops, scoring, and downstate to deliver a clearer and more consistent match experience from drop to extraction. Okay. Let's see. Vehicles receive a major overhaul. Land and air vehicles have gone through a broad balance and handling pass. Air vehicles got ignored pretty much. Let's see here. With tracked vehicle mobility reworked, tank damage and regeneration systems updated, repair behavior rebalanced, and a wide set of vehicle weapons retuned to make survivability, counterplay, and damage output more predictable. Read more about it in the community update. Okay. Let's see. Gadgets receive further updates. With the mines, launchers, and portables. Okay. Engineer supply crates, hardware suppression systems. Okay. Laser designator. Okay. So there's just a lot of stuff that has been changed. Weapons got balance. Weapons get a balance. Core gameplay netcode. Okay. Combat feedback. Let's see. Pinging is now faster and more consistent. Hit reactions and damage indicators are clear. Drag and revive has been further polished, and multiple netcode fixes improves readability during combat without interfering with gunfight outcomes. Okay, brought out updates to the UI, audio, AI settings, and portals. Okay, player. Let's see here. There's a lot here. Okay, let's see here with player. Let's see. Added a slight delay before entering ADS locomotion from a standstill to allow small position adjustments without affecting reticle. Added a slight delay. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully, like when people are doing that, like it's not messing with the shot, I guess you'd say, because like they said it's a slower. There's a delay in the animation going into 80. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Added bespoke third person prone on back throw grenade animations. Okay. Bipoding while being pushed up against a wall is no longer canceled automatically. Nice. Bullet impacts now leave visible decals on vehicle surfaces for improved visual feedback. So just a visual feedback of somebody shooting at a tank. Okay. Let's see. Corrected the issue that would prevent soldier training paths from applying properly when quick customize was finished. Let's see here. So a lot of corrections. Corrected issue where player was jumping from a moved vehicle is seen as stuttering in third person. Never seen that. Issue bashing through doors wouldn't cancel the reload animation after aborting the action, leading the player being stuck in reloads. Oh. Dragon revive would sometimes fail to revive a player at the end of a revive sequence. Some of these stuff I actually haven't seen. Let's see here. Dragon reviving would sometimes be canceled when on uneven terrain. Player movement would sometimes be jittery, holding the fire button after firing a single weapon. Player ragdoll would slide away if killed after they've fallen. Soldiers' legs would be moving while standing still on a boat. Okay, so there's just that stuff. Okay, we'll fix this in here. All right, so let's see. Updated the engineer field specialization passive skills. Reduce devastating impact repair reduction from 50% to 25%. Reduce the overheat control vehicle weapon effect from 50 to 10%. Replace vehicle regeneration passive skill with a new minesweeping skill. When learned, the minesweeping passive skill will highlight mines in a 30 meter area around the player. Dang it. Okay. All right. So now we actually have, now for like engineers, you have to get out and repair. You can't have that skill where you can like repair your vehicle over time. So what does that mean for helicopters? It's you can land, but what does that mean for jets? Jets, we have to now try to fly over the repair station. Okay, it's gonna be a little crazy. Netcode. Corrected animation stuttering when unmounting from bipod or at angle. Okay. Let's see. Correct the issue where enemy weapons would appear sideways or not properly aligned with the actual aim direction in certain states, such as jumping. So, getting shot by somebody that is looking this way, and somehow you get killed by a person that's still doing this. Okay. Let's see here. An issue where first person death animation would start with some delay, which led to unclarity of the state of the change. Okay. Corrected an issue where person hit reactions would play when incoming bullets miss the player and pass by them. High latency players would not deal armor damage and not apply expected damage modifications. Okay. Corrected an issue where projectiles could fire from the wrong position, height, during during stance transitions under poor network conditions, causing bullet hits to be rejected by the server. Okay. Again, this stuff I'll have to check out. I'll check out and see. Sebastian, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. How you doing? Let's see here. Corrected an issue where some UI elements like inventory would not be immediately hidden when killed. Incoming damage UI indicators now animate and scale based on amount of damage taken, improving the clarity of rapid consecutive hits and making it easier to distinguish between low and high damage. Okay. Let's see. Reduce network bandwidth usage when switching state from alive to man down. Okay. Taking damage while aiming down sight now triggers hit reactions that move the weapon opposite to the direction of impact, improving damage feedback without interfering with outcome to gunfights. Vehicles. Added previously missing active equipment slot 1 to transport vehicle bindings. Camera on light ground support now pulls further out at speed to improve driving visibility. Corrected issue where some vehicles remain in critical health state after being repaired, resulting in lower health generation as intended. First person HUD rangefinder of the tank would usually interpolate to the actual distance when switching from third person to first person. Okay. Players getting kicked off of the dirt bike when doing a flip. Corrected issue where vehicle wrecks would not be destructible as intended. Fix issues where locking weapons could target vehicles while the flares are still active, resulting in a missed shot. Wait, hold on. Fix issues where locking weapons could target vehicles while their flares were still active, resulting in a missed shot. Interesting. Let's see here. Jets and helicopters will now have an indicator on the hood, clearly showing whether or not they are currently being protected by below radar. Cool. So we know when we're flying below the radar, which means we shouldn't be locked on by a stinger or anything like that. Cool. I like that. At least they gave us a notification like that. Hopefully it's the notification. It's on the HUD. Hopefully it's like really known that we see this. So we'll have to try that one out. Okay. Angle and zone damage rework. Okay. Let's see what they mean here. This is all about tank damage, I believe, right? Yeah. It's about tank damage. So angle and zone damage rework. Let's see here. The angle damage model on tanks is being simplified to improve the ability to predict the amount of incoming damage and gauge your own survivability. Additionally, the numbers have been tuned to reduce the most extreme peaks of damage. Damage, especially when firing at the rear of tanks. Which, if we recall, the weak point of the tank is the back of it. This will truncate the possible time to die within small range. So damage to turrets always deals 75% damage. Damage to the body of the tank always deals at least 100 damage. Hits at a favorable angle from the side of the tank will deal 150. And then hits at favorable angle at the rear of the tank will be 200. What do they mean by favorable range or angle? What do they mean exactly by that? I would like to know a little bit more about that. Let's see here. Weapons no longer deal different damage values to IFV, MBT, APT, and AA vehicles. Instead, MBT health has been increased to 1200 and APT health has been reduced to 800. So APTs have been, I don't want to say nerfed, but their health has been dropped. They are not tanky, I guess you would say. Okay. Still going to take a lot of RPG shots, I bet you. So, anyway. Reworking regeneration brackets. All right, so the healthy portion of armored vehicles will no longer be split into brackets. The critical health bracket, which previously prevented regeneration entirely, will instead slow regeneration substantially. Regeneration delay increased from 6 seconds to 12 seconds. Regeneration now continues to full health instead of only the next health bracket. Regeneration rate increased from roughly 5% per second to 10% per second. While in critical health, regeneration is now slowed by 80% instead of being fully disabled. It's nice. It's pretty nice. Okay. Handling changes. Updated all tracked vehicles with a new transmission and steering system, delivering smoother and more responsive acceleration, tighter and more consistent turning at all speeds, a smoother steering feel, and more effective handbrake turns. Cool. Tank type vehicles are no longer immobilized by taking high damage by anti-tank mines, by high damage. And then it said anti-tank mines will still immobilize tanks. Okay. I thought the way how I was reading it and saying and everything, I thought it was like, hey, if a tank runs over a mine, it won't immobilize. It'll just keep going. Okay. That has been cleared up. Sorry. The ground vehicle boost bar is no longer emptied when interrupting boost. Okay. Boost can now be reapplied after the bar is recharging, except when it has been fully emptied. Okay. Turret speed turret speeds for the MBT and IV have been modestly improved. Okay, aiming in first person and zoomed views in the tank have been tuned to be faster and more responsive. Vehicle, weapons, general changes. Here we go. So this is for the tanks. All right, so general changes. Lock-on weapons now always do consistent damage, ignoring zones and angles. Zone and angle damage is reserved for weapons which are manually aimed by players. Let's see here. Most land vehicle explosive weapons now have a minimum explosive damage of 20%. This does not increase lethal or total radius, but increases damage at the edges of explosive radius to make hits to kill more consistent. Aim guided missile now deals 207 to 550 damage against tanks, 1,000 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. Okay. Air to ground missiles now deal, so the AGMs now deal 450 damage against tanks, 975 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. The M1A2 SEP version 3 and the Leo A4 weapons. Let's see here. So these are all the main cannon weapons for the different ammo types. The Heat MPT rounds, which I believe are the normal rounds that you get, now deal 210 to 560 damage against tanks, 1360 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. They're really like wanting to put for these tank rounds. They're really wanting to put the helicopters down. They really want to do that. Okay. And 1,000 against jets. Okay, so the 120 millimeter Hemp T, which I believe is the high explosive one, which causes a big boom. Rounds now deal 180 to 480 damage against tanks, 1180 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. Okay, increased the inner blast radius of the the 120 high explosive rounds from 2 to 2.25 meters, a little bigger. Okay, these are the armor piercing rounds, armor piercing Sabo rounds, I believe. Now deal 282 to 750 damage against tanks, 600 against helicopters, and 50 against jets. Why is it weak? Like weaker-ish? Because I believe this is the one that for the armor piercing round, I think it has a higher velocity, if I recall. I think it's a higher. I believe it's a higher velocity. So when you're firing it, it doesn't arc as much. I could be wrong on that one. I gotta before this season ends. I gotta get in the tank and test that out though. Okay, so updated the M1A2 SEP 3 or the M1A2 and the Leo aim guided shell to better control its effective range and overall performance, especially against aircraft. Okay, because the issue that they had with this is that you could literally shoot down jets. Oh, sorry. You can shoot down jets and helicopters easy with the tow missile that they had with it, which was ridiculous. And the thing is, with the jets and helicopters, there was no warning at all that a missile is flying at you. The same, because it wasn't a lock on. So they said aim guided shell beam riding offset increased from 75 to 100 meters, reducing the rate of turning response. Okay. Aim guided shell engine time to live reduced from 1.25 to 1 second. Aim guided shell now experiences drag after engine cutoff, so it slows it down. Okay. Time to live decrease from 6 to 4 seconds. Turning rate reduced from 12.5 or 12.5 to 6 degrees per second, so it turns tighter now. And now they deal 235 to 625 damage against tanks, 700 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. Remains lethal against soldiers at within 2 meters. For a guided show? Okay. Bradley and IFV weapons. This was also another problem. Let's see what they have to say about this. So they said increased all IFV cannon reload times from 2.4 to 2.75. Okay. The HEI rounds, the high explosive rounds, now deal 10 to 30 damage against tanks. Interesting. 100 against helicopters and 150 against jets. Sorry. Let's see. Decrease the IFV HE rounds rate of fire from 200 to 180. So they nerfed the rate of fire for the HE rounds, which is okay. Which I can see. Increase the drag of HE rounds. I can see that. A lot of people were running the HE rounds because of their blast radius and also the rate of fire as well. So it makes sense. AP shells that now deal 23 to 60 damage against tanks, 100 against helicopters, and 100 against jets. Decrease the APDS rounds, the armor piercing rounds, magazine from 12 to 10. So we lost two rounds. Decrease the decrease the rate of fire from 200 to 120. Nerf that. They increase the canister rounds capacity from 12 to 16. So this right here, they basically are like saying, hey, people aren't using the canister rounds. We need to use those now. Basically, the IV, they want you to be an armored mobile shotgun, because that's what a canister round is. It's just it's a shotgun. It's literally a shotgun. Okay. Lock guided missiles now deal 390 damage against tanks, 845 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. Jets are just getting rocked. Light rockets now deal 75 to 200 damage against tanks, 550 against helicopters, and 700 against jets. Machine guns? Really? Okay. Here we go. Machine guns. Let's see. Reduce minimum damage of RWS and coaxial LMG from 21 to 19. So, and a lot of people are using the LMG itself because it was more consistent. And the rate of fire was more consistent. The rate of fire was better. So I understand like these nerfs that they're going to be doing to it, but we shall see. Okay. Let's see. Reduce the muzzle velocity for the RWS and the coaxial LMG from 850 to 670. Damn. Okay. Extend the fall off start distance from 20 meters to 25. Hey, stop it. Shorten fall off end distance of RWS and coaxial LMG from 75 to 60 meters. Reduce minimum damage 75 plus meters of RWS and coaxial from 30 to 24. Reduce muzzle velocity. So yeah, they did a lot of nerfing for it. Let's see. Reduce the reload time for automatic grenade launcher RWS weapon from 3 to 2 seconds. Reduce projectile velocity adherence to the automatic grenade launcher RWS for weapon. This will improve consistency when aiming from a moving vehicle. Remove projectile velocity inheritance. Okay. All right. So I look at helicopters. Okay. This next part, will this make me want to use helicopters? Which is we shall see. Because I already know they still haven't addressed the movement for the helicopter, which again, a helicopter coming in at a dive at a angle of attack of like 45 degrees or more, while like to shoot at a tank or enemies or whatever, or just to engage in general, that helicopter will not pull out of that dive. It will, because it doesn't have enough lift and will smack into the ground. After a helicopter does an attack and you try to do a turn with the attack chopper, it doesn't pull out of that turn, which makes it feel heavy, super heavy. That with the attack chopper, it's pretty much a joke. And it sucks because with the attack chopper, you have to be at a high, like now you have to be sitting high in the air at a like far distance, shooting at stuff, because you can easily just get shot at by literally everything. Okay, so let's see what the attack, what the choppers are doing. So they said light rockets now deal 23 to 60 damage against tanks, 225 against helicopters, and 330 against jets. Helicopter light rocket area of effect reduced from 5 to 4.75. Okay. Aim guided rockets now deal 50 to 132 damage against tanks, 320 against helicopters, and 460 against jets. Oh, okay. Let's see here. The helicopter smart rocket area effect reduced from 5 to 475 meters. Heavy rockets deal 94 to 250 damage against tanks, 300 against helicopters, and 450 against jets. Helicopter heavy rocket area effect has been reduced from 5.5 to 525. Attack chopper, the tow missiles, maximum speed increased from 90 to 120 milliseconds. Ground tow missiles remain at 90 milliseconds. So the tow missile on the helicopter is now the fastest. Okay. Remove projectile velocity inheritance of transport helicopter side gunner seats. This removes the need to lag shots when firing from fast-moving helicopters. Does that take away leading and tailing the helicopter when going by? Nah, shouldn't be. We'll see. Let's see. Attack jets, or not attack jets. Sorry, jets. Sorry, jet weapons. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Attack jet MK82 high drag bombs now deal 300 to 400 damage against tanks, 1080 against helicopters, and 1000 against jets. Okay. The fighter jet GBU. So this is like the F-22 and stuff. Okay. GBU 39 Bravo small diameter bombs now deal 410 to 535 against tanks, 1455 against helicopters, and 1000 against jets. This is a very interesting one, because if you guys do not know, for the fighter jets, which I still think it's weird that they have bombs. I still think it's very weird that the attack jet has bombs, and that's supposed to be like your anti-air jet, where the attack jet is anti-ground. But the fighter jet has bombs, and you get 4 of them. You get 4 bombs. Attack jet, you only get 2. Fighter jet, you get 4. So it's very interesting seeing that the bombs on the fighter jet are more than attack jet. You would think the attack jet would have more, would get the buff of the bombs. It's very interesting. What else I was going to say? But the thing is, when using now I remember. But the thing is, using the fighter jet bombs, when you try to deploy it, there's such a delay from when you press your input to drop to the actual bomb like being dropped. It's crazy. So we'll see. And I guess this is also like they're addressing this as well, because again, people probably weren't using the bombs on the fighter jet in general. So we shall see. Vehicle equipment. Let's see. The reinforced plating passive has been removed and replaced with contingency system. So no longer increases damage resistance of the vehicle. No longer increases the weight, or reduces the speed of the vehicle. When at low health, accelerates the cooldown of countermeasure equipment. Targeting jammer passives have been improved. Okay. Targeting jammers for the IFV and mobile AA have their locking resistance increased from 30 to 40%. Targeting jammers, targeting jammers for this is all targeting jammers. Okay. So the IFV and mobile AA no longer deactivate when firing. They now deactivate when laser painted. Now deactivate when using a lock-on weapon. Deactivation time is increased from 4.5 to 10 seconds. Okay. Thermal smoke. All right. Now, A lot of people use the thermal smoke just for concealment, or they try to use it for getaway. So we shall see what they're going to be talking about with this one. All right, so increase the increase active duration by 3 seconds. So now it matches the visual effect duration. Let's see here. Now blocks the PTKM R1 acoustic sensor AV mine from detecting the vehicle while active. So if you pop your smoke and you're driving by one of these mines, it doesn't pop off. Cool. Let's see here. Reduce the cooldown of the smoke screen from 20 seconds to 16 seconds, which is nice. The smoke will now deal moderate damage to nearby enemy infantry who remain within the cloud. This damage will also destroy C4. Will it blow up the C4 or will it just break it? I guess you would say. That depends. Then they also said, while remaining inside of your thermal smoke, all hits will be registered as minimum damage hits to 75% damage. Here's the funny thing. This section right here, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the electromagnetic smoke from the Monarch in Titanfall 2. The only difference is instead of having damage reduction, it would heal you. Which I'm glad that, like, for this, the tank doesn't heal you. But we're literally getting the same thing that we got from Titanfall. This is Titanfall's smoke system. Pretty much what it is. Because if you're an enemy and you're inside it, you receive damage. If you are the one that activated it, nothing happens to you. You just, well, again, with Titanfall, you would heal. But this one, you just take less damage. Okay. So it's basically a shield. All right. So, general equipment changes. The IFV no longer has the laser designator equipped by default. Wait, IFV no longer has the laser designator equipped by default. It now shares a slot with mines, countermeasures, and smoke grenades. Oh, okay. So you have to equip it. Okay. The mine countermeasures previously available only on the MBT and APT is now available on the IFV. Mobile command center passive, previously exclusive to APT, is now available to IFV. I'll have to check that out. Oh, actually, let me see. Because I do have the game pulled up. Let's see what they mean by that. To get a better understanding. It was what with the anti-air? Yeah, anti-air. That's emergency repair, enhanced loading. No. Oh, let's see here. Oh, it's exclusive to the APT. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one. Is it APT or ATP? Let's see here. No. Okay. No. Oh, mobile command. Okay. So that was a typo. That's a typo. It's not the APT. It is. Yeah, it's not the APT. It's the ATP. Okay, that's what confused me. Okay. Let's see what they're saying here. Give me 1 second. Mobile command. Okay, so mobile command station increases the rate of capture when the vehicle is inside the objective's capture area. Remains active even after all soldiers have exited the vehicle but remain nearby. Okay, that's what that is. Interesting. I gotta use this stuff more. I gotta use this vehicle more. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Where we at? So now the IV has that. Okay. So they said that the transport chopper now has the improved armor passive equipped by default. This function identically to the attack chopper's version of the same passive, reducing the amount of damage taken from small arms fire. That's good. Emergency repair now heals over time instead of healing instantly upon activation. Reduce the activation time of projectile intercept system from 1 to 0.6 seconds on land vehicles. Okay. This is a good thing for the emergency repair. It's good and bad because the bad thing is it's like you're constantly getting shot at by small arms or by rockets. And usually like when you're in critical, people pop it and it's like right there, right? Especially the downside, like it's good for infantry, like engineers and stuff, because by the time you reload a rocket, and you fire at it again, like the health is already back. So it's like your first rocket didn't even matter. And then you have to constantly do it. Okay. So I'm glad that they did that. Anyway, gadgets. There's a lot. Let's see here. What did they do? All right. Added a warning indicator for the acoustics, or sorry, for the PTKM 1R acoustic sensor AV mine when munition launches. Okay. So you get a warning for it. Cool. Corrected an issue preventing the supply crate from resupplying soldiers inside vehicles. Oh, okay. Corrected the issue where deploying the tugs would also would always switch players back to the primary weapon instead of the previously equipped item. Yes, I got tired of doing this. I got sick and tired of this. When you put down a tugs, like I'd have a pistol, like I'd run out of ammo on my sniper rifle, or I'd be out of ammo on my sniper rifle or my DMR, and I'm like, I have my pistol because that's what has ammo in it still. And you put down tugs and there's an enemy that runs up and it makes you switch. It automatically defaults you to switch to your primary weapon, which has no ammo, which sucks. I'm glad they fixed that. That's good, because animations and swapping stuff is pretty bad. Let's see. Corrected an issue where the incendiary airburst could sometimes fail to properly detect and damage targets inside its burning smoke cloud. Interesting. Very, very interesting about that one. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that one. So, actually, I know what to say with it. Good. Because there's times where you would shoot somebody, they'll be like right next to the cloud, and like parts of it would be like on the person, and it wouldn't count. So I'm glad they fixed that. Player controlled gadgets, including the portable mortar, recon drone, and the laser designator, and the EOD bot, now only begin resupplying once the deployed gadget has been destroyed. Good, especially for the mortar. You know what that means? If I have a mortar and I destroy your mortar, because you want to camp in your HQ, you have to wait for your stuff to come back, which is awesome. And then I could be like, hey, I destroyed somebody's mortar. They have to wait for it to regenerate, so you guys go cap the point. Nice. Okay. The PTKM acoustic mines and AV mines no longer trigger for light transport or transport vehicles. What do you mean by that? The mine, like, what if I run? So if I run over the mines, it doesn't blow it up? That's not right. Hopefully that's not what they mean. Well, we shall see. Let's see. Tune the claymore detection art to better match the visible laser beams. Okay, because it was ridiculous. Updated C4 packs, so now they deal 350 damage against tanks, 350 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. Updated the AT, so they now deal 207 to 550 against tanks, 1,000 against helicopters, and 1,000 against jets. Updated the engineer's supply crate, so it no longer has limited supply charges in standard multiplayer, allowing it to resupply nearby vehicles indefinitely. This might be a problem. This segment right here, this right there might be a problem. The reason why, well, obviously it says it resupplies nearby vehicles indefinitely. Helicopters, if you put the supply crate on a skyscraper, for instance, right? I don't know the radius of it, but a helicopter could simply hover and just have infinite rockets. There's that. My thing is mobile AA and an IFV. Mainly it's the IFV. You're going to put one of these things next to it, and they're going to have infinite ammo, which is going to be insane. So, and I'm talking about special ammunition and stuff like that too. So if you have like the HE rounds and stuff like that, that has limited ammo. You will have unlimited now. Updated Claymore fragmentation based close range damage from 65 to 50. Damage drop off now starts at the edge of the detection arc. Cool. Updated the portable mortar shot dispersion, so it is no longer perfectly accurate at maximum range. Sick. I'm happy now. With shorter range bombardments now becoming more accurate than longer range bombardments once fully zeroed. So in order for you to be accurate, you gotta be a lot closer. So that means you gotta get out of your freaking HQ. Thank you. Updated the PTKM 1R acoustic mine, so now it deals 480 damage against tanks. Let's see. Updated the RPG, so now it deals 173 to 460 against tanks, 1035 against helicopters, and 1000 against jets. Does that mean the RPG is back? I don't know. So now let's see here. So now we're gonna go through each of the. Let's see. Yeah. So now we're gonna go with each of the gadgets. Yeah. Starting with the anti-tank mines. Damage against tanks has now been updated to 390. Deployment is now only blocked inside enemy HQs. Oh, so you can't put AT mines in front of the enemy tank, so then when people spawn in it and they drive forward, it blows them up. It sucks, but I mean, I guess. Let's see. Increase the maximum number of mines that can be placed from 6 to 9. Oh goodness. Mines. No. Oh good. This is good. Okay. Mines no longer despawn 3 minutes after its owner dies. Now displays a warning when players attempt to place it in out of bound areas. Mines now glint at close range to help distinguish it from props and debris. That's good. I like that. This right here, we're gonna have unlimited mines on the ground. They brought back the 38th pillar. They brought back the 38th parallel. They brought it back. So there's gonna be landmines galore, especially if you're playing like Siege of Cairo. Hell, Goldman Railway might be the same way, where there might be like 200 landmines in the middle of the map, and then you'll probably just see just constant explosions of tanks driving over and getting blown up. So let's see here. So the SLM 93, this is the Stinger. They said that the base lock-on range has been reduced. Yeah, from 650 to 550 meters. This will be only good for Railway to Goldman. Anything else like Merrick Valley, like Operation Firestorm, like what was it, Liberation Peak? It's not gonna matter because those maps are pretty small. So okay. Damage against vehicles has been updated. 200 against tanks, 650 against helicopters, and 650 against jets. Maximum missile speed has been reduced from 440 to 480, so it's slower. The Igla. Damage against helicopters or damage against vehicles have been updated. 200 against tanks, 650 against helicopters, and 650 against jets. Lock-on time has been reduced from 1.2 to 1 second. Okay. Maximum missile speed has been reduced, so that also got nerfed, so slower. Missile acceleration has been increased. From 65 to 100 milliseconds. So is it slower or is it faster? The max speed. So the max speed, it can't. Okay. The acceleration it can be deployed faster to the target. Okay. But if it's like for a while, obviously it can only get to 480 and that's it. Okay.
I try to like clear it up. Okay. Let's see here. The slams can now be triggered regardless of vehicle movement speed. Damage against tanks have been updated at to range between 199 to 363. It's very specific. Well, let's see here. Now triggers a warning when players attempt to place it out of bounds areas. The mine now has a short arming delay before becoming active after placement. Oh, so people were going ham with them. People were going ham with the slams. Okay. Let's see here. The NBT law. Damage against vehicles has been updated. 240 against tanks, 520 against helicopters, and 800 against jets. So hold on. So that's the law. Okay, so they don't have any. They don't have RPG. Okay. Initial missile speed has been increased from 30 to initial missile speed has been increased. So they buffed the law. They want people to use the law now. From 30 to 100. Maximum missile speed has been increased from 75 to 300. Missile acceleration has been increased from 50 to 100. Yeah, so they basically buffed the law. They want people to use the law. This is the very first rocket that you get. Let's see. The glaive updated the damage, so it now deals 465 damage against tanks, 1007.5 against helicopters, and 1000 against jets. This is the Joker or the Javelin. That's what it is. Let's see. Reduce the locking time, 1.8 to 1.4 seconds. Okay. Increase the maximum missile speed. Yeah, increase the maximum missile speed from 60 to 70 milliseconds. Increase the starting ammunition from 2 to 3. That's nice. I kind of wish. I don't know. I kind of wish like the glaive or the javelin popped out and went up a little higher and then out, because it just goes like it goes up, like it pops out, goes up just a tiny bit, and then shoots straight to wherever it's going, wherever it's locked to. That's just me personally. Laser designator, everybody's favorite. Effect duration has been reduced from 20 effect duration has been reduced from 20 to 9 seconds for both soldier and vehicle designators. Laser designator no longer reduces lock-on time for anti-air missiles. Good. Gadget now, and this is for the Stinger and the Igloo. So, what does that mean for? What does that mean for like the glaive? What does that mean for the javelin and for like vehicles? Vehicles, guided weapons. What does that mean? Is it still the same? Gadget now proves a consistent 20% increase in, well, the gadget now provides a consistent 20% increase to lock on range across all locking weapons. This also applies to vehicle mounted laser designators. Okay. Mine layer okay, so the EOD bot, the mine layer damage against tanks has been updated to 300. The layer no longer triggers a light transport. So I guess light transport and personal transport vehicles no longer get blown up by mines. That's what I'm getting at, or this is what I'm guessing. This is what I'm reading, if that's correct. Let's see. Now glints at close range, they'll distinguish. Yeah, okay. Mines also have the glint. Stacking prevention radius has been increased. Hold on. Stacking prevention radius has been increased from 1.5 to 5 meters. So you have to be 5 meters apart to place it. Wow. EOD bot now self-destructs when it's out of bounds. Timer expires when control ends while out of bounds, or when pushed out of bounds. Okay. Hardware suppression system. I never used this, but okay. Tweak targeting behavior so it can no longer target enemy gadgets through. Tweak target behavior so it can no longer target enemy gadgets through walls at long range. Though limited wall penetration is still possible at closer distances. Okay, so you can't long range. Okay. Updated interception behavior, so it can no longer detect or detonate grenades. M32 or M320. Okay, so grenade launcher projectiles, but will still target launcher projectiles. Okay. Updated maximum range back to its original value. Okay. Weapons. Okay, so weapons. Let's hear. So weapons. They added a unique reload animation for the shotgun, the M87A1, to prevent camera clipping and hand pose issues while aiming down sights. Added shotgun speed loaders as the magazine attachment. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Added the magnifier as a shared optic accessory. Additionally, increased recoil for high DPS automatic weapons, reducing their long and mid-range capabilities, giving them outsized opportunity costs and making their weapons more effective to use. Adjusted the PW5A3 reload animations to reduce clipping. The QBC, same thing. Corrected an issue preventing the CZ3A1 Scorpion SMG from mounting to surfaces. Corrected issue where the flash hider could remain visible on the SOR 556 MK2 when no muzzle attachment was equipped. Okay. Sorry, but lights are like kind of are getting at me. So sorry. All right. So corrected an issue where the canted reflex sight, the canted reflex sight was using the main sight reticle on several weapons. Corrected an issue where the character's hands would appear misaligned in first person when reloading the SVK using the bipod. Clipping issues with M240 ammo belt when reloading with an ammo box. Improved weapon light behavior and on/off states when used while mounted. Recoil. Recoil for automatic weapons has slightly been increased to compensate for the recoil compensation bug fixes that came out in the game update 1210. Okay. Weapons can no longer be mounted while actively using an underbarrel grenade launcher. This does not affect this does not affect using the weapon itself with the grenade launcher attached. Okay. Maps and modes. Let's see here. New assist confirmed score event. When a down player is eliminated in strike point, all assistant players will now receive assist confirmed. Correcting the issue on Manhattan Bridge where players were able to access rooftops meant to be inaccessible. Corrected floating and intersecting respawns at Mirk Valley for breakthrough, conquest, and escalation. So they fixed another thing in Manhattan Bridge, but they still haven't updated the very first sector that defenders can actually stay on the building. Okay, anyway. Let's see. The UI and the HUD, DevNote in Season 3, we're introducing the seasonal stat page. Way to track your performance across each season by separating... okay. Let's see. We know that every single game mode means something different to different players. That's why seasonal stat page not only tracks your overall performance, but also lets you break down how you perform in each game mode. Okay. With the introduction of ranked play, it is important for us to give you the dedicated view into your competitive performance. You can now filter your seasonal stats to see how you perform in ranked matches throughout the season. Okay. The seasonal screen highlights your core metrics like kills, KD, assists, revives, wins, and time played alongside new most played section that showcases the weapons, vehicles, gadgets, and roles that define your season. Were you the leading charge as assault, piloting the little bird, or grinding the ranks with the new season 3 weapons? Let's see. Every season tells a story. Now you can see yours. Okay. What do they mean by this? Ugh. All right. What do they mean by this? Added a new event tab showing all event related content. Let's see. Added a new threat indicator for jets and helicopters that appears to be wait, hold on. Added a new threat indicator for jets and helicopters that appears when a nearby enemy jet has your vehicle in it. Has your vehicle in its sights, helping pilots identify threats and take evasive actions more quickly. Is this what is this air radar? Is this what they mean? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like this is the air radar. Interesting. Okay. I hope so. Let's see. Added a new threat indicator that highlights incoming aim. Wait, hold on. Added a new threat indicator that highlights incoming aim guided missiles, improving pilots' ability to spot and react to them. I like that. So now we know. So now we know when a tow missile is being shot at us, we know, hey, we need to move. That's cool. I like that. Okay. That's good. Let's see. Added air vehicle below radar indicator on the minimap. Okay, so it's on the minimap. Added input. You know, okay, hold on, let me go back. You know what would be kind of interesting to would be kind of cool too? Because then if you're flying, you typically don't want to look over at the minimap because something could happen. You can crash, or like you can crash, you're probably getting shot at by, you know, another aircraft, something. I would like to have like some sort of like voice confirmation, audio confirmation that, hey, you are below the radar. That'd be kind of cool. And it'd be a little helpful. Let's see, added input buffering to reduce accidental ping cancellations. Okay. Added names and biographies of characters and squads. Don't really care about that. Added seasonal statistics to player profile. Corrected a missing icon for attackers HQ on breakthrough during sector transition. Corrected an issue where as an engineer driving a tank, a request for repair icon sometimes could be unintendedly visible. Corrected an issue where battle passes path with fewer tiers could appear off center of the page. Okay, corrected issue where downed enemy players could remain spotted and visible on the minimap. Corrected issue, a lot of corrected issues. Okay, let's see here. Exiting reward details after a purchase celebration could trigger a quit game pop-up. Friendly request icons would not be properly visible in minimap. Requesting ammo through comros would not highlight players able to provide ammo. Selecting a soldier to spawn on from a deployed screen would not show their health bar. Oh, didn't know that. Taking damage while remotely controlling a vehicle could cause engineers to be incorrectly highlighted as repairs. Let's see. Bleed out timer on the icon for friendly down players could freeze sometimes. New marker did not disappear after highlighting a new weapon package. Okay. So it's just like, yeah, corrected issues about some. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go skim through these and like see anything important pop up. I'll talk about it. Let's see here. Okay. Fix the issue where the jet HUD sometimes moves unexpectedly when flying the jet. Okay. Let's see. UI, customize favorite weapons. Okay. Corrected description of the CZ, the VZ 61 20 round magazine. Okay. All right. In our constant effort to reinforce the anti-cheat policies and community guidelines, we are introducing a new warning system for players that act contrary. On the contrary, okay, to our terms and services. Normalize tag and expiration timer across offers. Okay. Resolve the issue that could display incorrect price on BF Pro within the Battle Pass menu. Resolve an issue that caused weapon mastery to display incorrect levels within the loadout menu.
dog tanks, ping timing, question grenade, kill cam. Update the kill cam damage log so now show damage dealt in the past 5 seconds instead of the past 3 seconds only. Updated the ordering of ×2 sights on multiple weapons. Iron sights. Updated the ordering mastery weapon packages. Okay. Let's see. Updated the ordering on the ×3 thermal sights on multiple weapons. Updated spawn beacon so the amount of spawns available now are visualized with dots in the deploy screen next to the spawn beacon icon. Updated the yaw to be displayed in degrees instead of radians in stationary anti-air and anti-tank launchers. Updated unlock criteria for collection items to be more clearly indicate that they can be unlocked through a store offer. Okay, so now we're in the settings. All right, settings. Controllers. Okay, for controllers right here. Added a new Dead Zones draw tool to the controller tuning options, providing in-game overlay to visualize the currently selected controller dead zones to help fine tuning. Added support to the AMD Fidelity, support to Intel. World and UI brought the sliders with the HDR calibration screen and display options. Enhanced upscaling quality on PS5 Pro with support of PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution 2. Okay, they added that. The PSSR 2. Okay. Implemented a fix that intended to reduce the instance of VoIP settings being re-enabled after an update. Portal, radio tracks support a music system. Season 2 Battle Pass weapons and gadgets to Portal. New weapons cannot be customized with attachments. Spawn battle. Okay, so there's a lot of Portal stuff. Let's see here. Add support for gold mid verified zones. Anything about bot farming or anything like that? And no. And no 60 hertz. Okay. Audio. And there's audio. Added behavior that allows close enemy footsteps to sidechain duck the first person player weapon slightly. Based on direction of the enemy. Okay. Let's see. Incoming lock on for vehicles now displays distinct sounds depending on whether you are being locked on or painted by an enemy. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. Increase the audibility of slide sounds. Increase the volume of ping or squad ping sound effect. Okay. Updated missing explosion audio for oil canisters in Operation Firestorm. Reload sound not playing for the SOR 556 MK2 when certain magazines are attached. Updated the mission ammunition replacement sound when resupply from a support soldier interaction. Updated the F-22 flybys or pass-bys, whatever, and fixed an issue causing only one variation sound effect to play. Okay. AI, this is for casual breakthrough, or if you're in a game and it just doesn't have the and it's starting to be filled up with bots. That's all that is. RedSec. I mean, I don't really do RedSec, so I'm just gonna skip past it. Wait, is this okay? So this is RedSec in general. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that is it. Yeah, because it's progression. That's all in RedSec as well. So. All right, so yeah, they have a good amount of stuff in here. It's really good. So, whoo-wee, it's a lot. That was a lot, but we got through it, chat. We got through it. So, I would say, yeah, when it comes to the attachment or not attachment, when it comes to like a good amount of stuff overall, it's a pretty good update. There's still stuff that isn't in here that I would like to be addressed, and things like that. But it also makes me curious of stuff that I should try out. Mainly, there's a lot of changes to the tanks. Now, people that are tank mains, this is going to affect you guys. I don't know if it's going to be in a good way or in a bad way, but we shall see. But I think they were doing this because of, again, Goldman Railway is going to be a massive map. Again, it's the biggest map in Battlefield 6. So far. So I think it's going to be, I want to say there's going to be more than 2 tanks. I want to say there's going to be like a total of like 4, probably. I was going to say 6, but 6 might be too much. Like 4 or 5 tanks. I think that's what's going to happen. So they wanted to put this in here for the tank battles and stuff like that. And on top of that, the IFVs as well. So good. I like seeing that. Again, that one thing with the indication of a jet aiming at you stuff. I feel like that is air radar. That's somewhat of an air radar system. So that's cool. That is cool. But we will have to see all of this when season 3 drops. So, yep, that's gonna be next week. So, very soon. So, anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the update. Sorry again, I didn't go over RedSec because I mean I honestly I don't play RedSec. So, but if you guys would like me to do that, I will do another video going over RedSec, and things like that. Or not. I mean, it all depends on you guys. So anyway, it's Alphachino. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace. All right, chat. All right. Okay, let's. Oh. All right, cool. All right. That is it for that. I think it's time to get. I think it's time we get in some Battlefield. I think it is time. Here we go. Woohoo! All right, here we go. There we go. All right. Actually, let me use the restroom. I'll be back, and then we'll get everything. We'll get everything going. All right. I'm back.
Okay. All right, let's do the damn thing. Minigun. All right, here we go. Oh, we're defending. Oh. All right, first game on. Are they minigunning? Oh, that's not good. I wish I had an impact grenade. No! Ow.
Grab what you can.
Ah.
Take feet,
Hey.
ammo.
Oh, I thought somebody killed him. try this one. I don't know if it went away. Did it? Oh, shit.
Take what you can carry.
Ooh, yeah.
Back out! Taking fire! Clear out before you! Hey, break away!
Okay.
Take a double! Back up!
Oh.
Throwing frag! Fight for it! Break away!
Hey, Skippy, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it.
Hey, Bravo, bring it on fire!
All right, I got it. All right. As long as I was getting that minigun.
Let's move! Let's go! Run! Here's some ammo!
Oh. I thought you said need some ammo.
Frag out!
you had my back.
No.
Stay with me. Grenade!
Frag away!
I'm dead. I was not giving that spot up. I was not giving that up. I was like, hell no. What was this? Oh. Huh? Nice. All right. Excuse me. Kills with gadgets. Kills with assists. Kills and assists with grenades. Yes. You need 2, you need 4, 6 of them. And we ask you where we go, whoa, why you wanna know, whoa. Listen to the record, I'll drop it on the floor. Around the world, yeah, I can take you there. You with it. I got you right here, baby. Come and get it. Yeah, girl, I can give you life. I can give it to you everything you need every night. And we ask you where we go. Whoa, why you wanna know? Whoa. Do 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 bum 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 bum.
take you there. I got you, girl.
Grab what you can!
I got it right here, baby. Come in here. I can take you where you wanna go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's move! Here's your objective!
I can't believe it.
Let's move! Thanks, soldier. Thanks, Bob.
Oh, okay. The T.
Get cover!
Come on! That's the ammo! Hey, ammo for you! Get cover! Stop it! I'm over here! Take it! Come on! Watch my thing! Watch my thing! Ammo for you! We need to hold the area! Here's some ammo for you!
Charge shit! Stand by! Taking fire!
Grenade!
We're tracking you outside the AO. Get back.
No! It stung me at the wrong moment! Oh. bullets. I got. Oh. A little bit more, take it, turn it inside.
Thank you so much.
Oh, whoa. What the glitch?
Fuck, need a medic!
Yeah. Thank you.
Way to go! Grab what you can. Stay with me! Come on! Okay! Get cover!
I know about the dream. Tell me what you know about the night. There is every night. Party of ghost step picking up. Oh, he's in the corner. Thank you. Motherfucker. Soon to happen, and I know everything is shining. Know it's gonna be gold. Not really a delay.
Grab what you can! Thanks!
Oh, that is an enemy. Oh. LMR27. Hey. I'm a pursuit of happiness, and I know. Need one more.
Whew. You know what? We'll change it up.
Take what you can carry! Taking fire! Need a medic! Let's go! Medkit over here. Take what you can. Get down!
Oh, I didn't bring enough smokes.
Get over!
Ah.
Grab what you can!
Alright, so I need to figure out where the hell we. Nobody has RPG to take that out? Nobody?
Grab what you can! Grab what you can!
Here's some ammo.
Oh shit. No, nobody see, like nobody seen these guys. A hasn't been touched, so oh, they're probably all over there. Oh my goodness, it's why did the game have to do me like that? While I was going, I couldn't ADS when I went prone.
you can carry!
I tried to drag the guy.
I need a medic! Come on! Thanks! Cover me! I'm over here. Take it. Take this ammo. Here's spare ammo. Man down! Man down! Let's move! Let's move! Thank you!
No.
Watch it down! Yes, thank you!
Damn it.
Here's spare ammo!
What?
Need a medic! Let's go! Come on! Grab what you can! Oh fuck, man down! I got spares. I know you want it.
why doesn't it let me just blow up the damn, like, I hit the thing twice. I'm sick and tired of this. And this is why, like, that back there is why they need to they need to revert the change of, they needed to revert the changes of the mortars being in headquarters. They need to change that. It's not necessary.
Secure the objective.
Bad timing. Yeah. And ran out of ammo. No, god damn it.
Let's go.
Again! This is running out of ammo. I wish I had a car to run over people's mortars so they can't use it. That's how much I don't like mortars. I don't like when the enemy uses it. I don't like when my teammates use it. All right, it's still doing the thing. Well, this is great. It's all bots. five players on the other team versus like 5 or 6 players on their team against 2 of us, and the rest of us are bots. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. People really don't play Rush that much, and it's sad. It saddens me. $40.
Grab what you can!
With the Maserati. No, I had it. Ah. Damn it. I didn't even use the gun. I didn't even use the gun once. I was like, all right. Game started. Defending. You guys are letting people run through the middle.
grab what you can.
Oh, they're above. And below? What the hell is going on with my character? I'm trying to figure out what the hell am I got. Oh, so we do have bots. How? We have more bots than they do. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense why everything is so. That makes sense why everything is so fucking lopsided. $18. Really? All right, I'm gonna call it there. I'm getting fed up with this game right now. So I'll see you guys in tomorrow for Sunday side quest. All right, have a good one. I'll see you guys later. All right, have a good one.